So I've gotten a few requests for a how many mods do you have? What do you have? What size are they? Requests. So here it is. We can start with my lobes, I guess. These are 1.25 with a lot of space. They're recently, I guess, well, maybe about 6, 8 months, maybe even longer at this point. I did have them cut. I had some old scar tissue from a jewelry accident. I used the screw-in flesh tunnel style. We're going back like 10 years. So a lot of the techniques and stuff that are going on now really weren't around. This whole taping thing, never heard of it. 10 years ago, you never heard of taping. Everything was a dead stretch or, excuse me, either a dead stretch, taper. Once you get to this size, they really don't even make tapers past 1 inch. Maybe some stuff now, but we're going back like, 10 years. So 10 years of modification has really expanded the techniques of what's going on. I mean, I remember the first time I saw transdermal implants about 10 years ago, was around when I first saw that. So you're dealing with stuff that, at the time, there wasn't as much information out there as far as education goes. So I had some of that scar tissue removed. My ears are very healthy now. I mean, I only had scar tissue on one ear. Basically what happened was when you screw the jewelry on, the back of your ear got caught ripping the inner ear, destroying it. Didn't even realize it happened till it was too late. It healed. Bang. Scar tissue. Sucks. I tried massaging it with e-oil and emu oil and anything else you could possibly massage it with very diligently for about a year. Couldn't do anything about it. Wanted some pretty ears. Snip, snip. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I wish I could say I stretched all the way up. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So there you go. There's my lobe story. Yeah, plenty of room for stretching, plenty of room for larger size jewelry, but I like my ears the way they are. I don't think I need to go much bigger. If I do, I'm looking at getting some nice Mayan flare pieces, which would, make them really big anyway. So, let's move on. These are a 2-gauge conch pin in both ears here. You can maybe see the back a little bit. Maybe you can see the back this way. I don't know, it's hard. How about I take it out? I'll show you the jewelry. Okay, so here we go. Conch pin. Very cool. Made by Aesthetics. There's a little plug for you, Aesthetics. You can check them out. Aesthetics. They make some really cool jewelry. Affordable stuff, affordable larger pieces for people who are stretching who don't want to necessarily go to Hot Topic and get your plastic crap that's going to destroy your body. You might want to check out some of their stuff. It's really cool. They will make custom wearing lengths for different pieces. They'll do anything you want, really. Any materials, they're pretty flexible with a lot of different stuff. So yeah, so the conches were not punched. A lot of people ask me if they were punched. Not punched. They were, and again, this is when people were trying new stuff. So it was done with an 8-gauge needle first, and then a taper to a 4, then a taper to a 0, and then glass pieces were put in, or they were Pyrex, I think. And basically the pressure around the jewelry would stop the bleeding. So that's how they used to do it. Thank God for dermal punches. They're an amazing thing. Everyone who can get their ears dermal punched, their conches, any type of cartilage,
please just go get dermal punch. It's what I dealt with. The healing time is about the same. However, really, what I went through, not really what you need to go choose. A really reputable piercer and body modification artist told me a horror story about it. They were at that time they were experimenting with all kinds of stuff. They even tried heating up the tapers so that it would almost try to cauterize the wound. My God, I can't imagine, but it was, that's the stuff that was going on. People were experimenting. So again, be happy if you're getting involved now in body modification. Pretty much all you got to do is follow the path that's already there. It's not rocket science at this point. I also have a 2 gauge or it's a 0. I keep losing jewelry out of here. I don't even know what size this is up here. You can see that I've had this for a very, very, very long time. Most of my piercings I've had for a very, very long time. Yeah, so that's, again, this was stretched. These were stretched. Nothing was punched. I had no dermal punching of any kind. It's just years and years of stretching and painful stretching at that. So you got that. And everybody wants to know about the Labret. Labret is 1/2 inch. I'll probably stay at 1/2 inch if I go any larger. And I posted some stuff down there that talks about moving on to ovals. I'm starting to notice, I don't know if you can even see it. I can feel it and I can see it, but I'll show you. There's a little bit, it doesn't really show up that well on camera, but there's a little bit of gum erosion that I'm starting to notice. I'm not too concerned at the moment. However, I gotta keep an eye on it. If it starts to become a real big problem, I'm gonna have to oval out even at 1/2 inch. Even with, I thought I'd be safe with it being up higher, so it wouldn't rub as much. It could be the angle that it was pierced. Originally, it was pierced on an angle. I had was designed so I could wear both a Labret piece and a tight ring around my lip. Later on, I decided I wanted to start stretching, and this is what you get. So I've seen low Labrets. I've seen them up high. I think they both look good. Depends on what jewelry you wear, really. I like mine, personally. I think if it were lower, I'd have a lot of gum problems. Like I said, I'm starting to see a little bit of erosion now. I'm going to keep an eye on it, see what happens. I'm hoping to get some really nice glass pieces for my lip and my ears going in maybe to the winter. Stuff's expensive. I don't know where you guys are getting your money, but I mean, I work for a living. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do a second video about my tattoos. I don't know. It's a whole long thing. So let's leave this at the piercings and the stretchings and the jewelry, and we'll move on to the tattoos in, I guess, part 2. We'll do part 2. See you in part 2.